this week we will go to the next chapter. Okay, I have provided you, or I have given you the slides on the theory part for this chapter. So we are in chapter 5 right now, location decision, which is in chapter 6 in your textbook. Okay, so we are done with the theory part. I assume all of you have listened and also read the slides. So we go to the calculation part right now. Okay, as written in the slides, there are 3 methods that the company can use in order to evaluate the best location. Okay, in other words, the company cannot simply decide the location for the factory or for their business. Okay, some analysis have to be done first in order to evaluate which location is the best. Okay, so now, okay, there are 3 methods available. First one is the break-even point analysis. Okay, you can refer to the slide, this one. The second method that the company normally use to decide the best location or to evaluate a location is factor rating method. And the last one here is the integrative method. Okay, so integrative method here, that is the third method, will be done together with the second method, that is factor rating method. So basically, you are going to learn only 2 main methods, break-even point analysis and also the factor rating together with the integrative method. Okay, the first method here is the break-even point analysis. Okay, to use break-even point analysis or to show you break-even point analysis, I want you to refer to example 6.1. Okay, so let's go through the question. Arum Maju Sdn Bhd is considering opening a new facility to produce its new product. Company has found 3 alternatives with the following cost structure. So you can see that the company here has 3 options or choices of locations, which are Sungai Petani, Guilin and Alor for its new factory. Okay, so the cost details for these 3 locations are given in the table. Okay, the cost details are the fixed cost and also the variable cost per unit. So you can see clearly Sungai Petani, Guilin and Alor have their own fixed cost and also variable cost per unit. Okay, then the next sentence here says, if the company plans to sell its product for 20 ringgit per unit, which location is the best to be selected based on the break-even point analysis? Okay, so the question here clearly states that you have to use or you have to apply break-even point analysis in determining the best location. Okay, so now we are going to use the equation for break-even point analysis. Okay, you can see here the equation or the formula for break-even point analysis is given in your textbook, so this is the one. Okay, so break-even point analysis is the fixed cost divided by selling price minus variable cost per unit. Okay, so what you do is you calculate the break-even point for all the locations given. Okay, so you just pick the information given in the question and put it in the formula. For Sungai Petani, fixed cost is given as 4,800 and the selling price here is 20 ringgit. Okay, 20 ringgit here you can get from the last sentence in the example. Okay, if the company plans to sell its product for 20 ringgit per unit, so that is the selling price of the product. And the variable cost given for Sungai Petani is 8 ringgit. So when you calculate this, this is what you get. Break-even point for Sungai Petani is 400 units. Then you do the same thing for Guilin and Alor. You just put in the numbers as given. Then you get the break-even point, and then the break-even point for Guilin is 500 units, and for Alor is 450 units. Okay, so now once we have performed all the calculations for the break-even point analysis for all these 3 locations, the last thing that you have to do is to make a decision. So by using break-even point analysis here, which one is the best? Okay, to decide the best location using break-even point analysis, we have to pick the lowest break-even point, the location with the lowest break-even point. So in this case, Sungai Petani has the lowest break-even point. Why lowest? Because of by having the lowest break-even point, it indicates that this location can generate profit faster. Okay, kenapa? When the company produce 400 units, the company will break even. Break even meaning that zero profit, zero loss. Okay, so when will the company start making profit? When there is 1 unit extra produced by the company at this location. So this company will start making profit when the company produces 401 units, if the company chooses Sungai Petani. Okay, and we look at the other two locations. The question is, when will the company start making profit if Kulim is selected? 501 units. Maksudnya dia kena produce sampai 501 units kalau Kulim is selected. Then only the company start making profit. Same goes to Alostar. When will the company start making profit? When the company produce 451 units. Maksudnya dia kena produce lebih lagi in order to make profit. So this is the location where the company can make profit faster. So what you have to do is to make a decision. You have to mention the location Sungai Petani is the best location, and the reason is because it has the lowest break-even. Okay, so that completes the break-even. That is for break-even point analysis. Okay, now we move on. Okay, we are still in break-even point analysis. Okay, as I said just now, why do we have to choose the lowest break-even point in order to make the location decision? It is because of the company can make profit faster. Okay, and what you have to understand, there is another one thing that you need to understand for break-even point analysis is that at break-even point, what will happen is there is zero profit and zero loss. Okay, break-even ni maksudnya pulang modal, titik pulang modal. So just now we calculated that Sungai Petani, the break-even point is 400 units, which means that if Sungai Petani produce the product for 400 units, the company will break even if Sungai Petani is selected. So company ni akan break even ataupun pulang modal pada titik 400 unit kalau Sungai Petani yang dipilih, which means that by producing 400 units, the company will have zero profit and zero loss. Okay, so just understand at break-even point there is zero profit and zero loss. So I'm going to show you the profit equation now. Okay, we just want to test, is it really at break-even point the company will have zero profit? So I'm going to show you only one location in order to calculate the profit. So we are going to choose SP. So in the previous calculation just now, we calculated that the break-even point for SP, it was 400 units. Okay, so I'm going to use 400 units to calculate and to check whether is it really when the location here produce 400 units, the company will get zero profit because it is the break-even point. Okay, profit formula as given in your textbook, this is the one. Okay, the general formula for profit is total revenue minus total cost. And we expand this formula. Total revenue is selling price times quantity, and total cost is actually the component, this component, fixed cost plus total variable cost. Okay, total variable cost here is different from variable cost per unit. So this is not variable cost per unit. Okay, so this is not the one. So total variable cost here is actually variable cost per unit times quantity. Okay, that forms as total variable cost. Okay, so now let's calculate profit for Sungai Petani. Selling price as given in the question is 20 ringgit times the quantity that we want to use over here is the break-even point quantity. Kita nak tahu betul tak by producing 400 units the company will get zero profit. So we use 400. And the component for total cost is the fixed cost given 4,800 plus the total variable cost, which is actually the variable cost per unit times the quantity, which is 8 variable cost per unit and 400 as the quantity. So what we get over here, total revenue is 8,000, total cost is 8,000. Yes, it is really at the break-even point, the company will have zero profit. Okay, so this is just to confirm only. But when you are asked to calculate profit in the exam, okay, you are not required, no, you don't use the break-even point unit, okay, when you are required to calculate the profit. So when profit question is asked, then normally quantity will be given in the question. So you use that quantity to replace this. Okay? Okay. You are not required to test whether is it really to get zero profit, the company can get zero profit or not, or will get zero profit or not at break-even point. But memang akan dapat zero. So normally when profit question is asked, you will be given the quantity for you to calculate the real profit. So just remember that. Okay. So that's all for the break-even point analysis.